Welcome to Bass and Boundaries podcast. I'm your host, Amy G, and this is your one-stop shop for all things mental health and music. Hello, everyone, and welcome to today's podcast. I'm joined by somebody that I've met officially once, isn't it? But technically twice-ish. This is the wonderful Matt. Hello, my lovely. How are you?
I'm good. How are you?
All right. No, cooled down today, haven't we? It's fabulous.
Yeah. Got a little bit of rain before as well. That was quite nice for a change.
I know, and we usually moan about the rain, but here we are. There we are. So tell everybody what you do, because you're like a man of many hats as well, aren't you?
Yeah. So I have, two jobs now. So my day job is I do graphic design. I'm a branding strategist, and I have my own little company called Neat Narrative Design. And then the thing we're going to talk about is I'm also a DJ and an electronic music producer. So
it's going to be
such
two
hats, which is crazy.
It's going to be such a good idea, because as soon as a lot of the people I interview are primarily drum and bass, because that's primarily because I'm already kind of in that community. So it's quite interesting to have a different genre today. So what made you decide that's the ticket for me? That's the music that I want to produce.
Oh, wow.
Sorry.
That's a good opening question. I guess it's just what you listen to over time, isn't it? You know, what you get into. Like my background in like dance music is so I did a podcast recently with Dan from the Sonic Boom guys. And we kind of delved into where it all came from, which was really interesting. I kind of fell in love with dance music when I was about 12, 13, 14, something like that. And that was kind of like the trance era, which is, where my route to dance music comes from. I love it. I still do. And it's still going, which is great. But I guess as you get older, you kind of just develop what you like listening to. And the stuff I'm into now is very sort of deep house, tech house, but still with kind of those roots, really, which is I think what formulates my sound. That's the thing. That's where that's where it comes from.
I love that though, because I suppose we've all kind of I interviewed a guy last week and he produces drum and bass, but then that's like a totally different genre change and listens to like indie outside of his job. Do you do things like that, or do you just stick with one genre?
I mean, generally, I have a really wide range of music that I like. You know, I grew up with my mum and dad listening to Motown and the Beatles, and
nice.
You know, I'm half Scouse, so it's kind of the law. You have to like the Beatles. It's kind of, I think you get sort of kicked out of that. If you don't like the Beatles. So, I mean, influences, I guess, come from everywhere, and listening to different styles can change what you want to do quite dramatically, really. But no, generally, I'm happy to listen to most things, and you can take lots of things from other different styles, really.
Yeah, you can actually, as it goes. I think with you being half Scouse, now I can actually hear it, because I was trying to figure out where that accent was. I was like, oh yeah, I can hear it now. Like one of my best friends, Suzanne, is like pure Scouse. Can't understand the words she's saying, but kind of what she's saying. I love it. Did you spend a lot of time, because it's very music based, Liverpool, like there is a lot of heritage in music. Did you spend a lot of time there, like growing up?
I mean, used to visit we've got a lot of family still there, which is a good thing. And I mean I love Liverpool. It's a great city. If you've never been, go. I think it's just so friendly. Anybody will do anything for anybody, and like you say, the music and the culture there it's just fantastic, and it's still going today, and it's very rich. And I mean, I spent a lot of time there growing up, and don't get there as much anymore. I'm not living in the Midlands, but yeah, I need to go back up soon. To be honest,
and it's not that actually. To be fair, it's not that far from us, is it? Because we're in roughly the same geographical location, and we're kind of central UK, which I honestly think is the best place to live, because you are in easy distance to London, easy distance to the northeast, Lincolnshire, you know, and so everywhere's about a couple of hours away, so it's just a mid drive, isn't it? Like,
yeah, you could sort of be in any of the cities within about an hour and a half, which is quite nice. So yeah.
So if anyone ever wants to go to Liverpool, go. You probably not understand anyone's vocabulary, but half of it, it's just great, isn't it? Everything's
it's part of the fun, I guess.
I always said I wanted to do my driving lessons in Liverpool and have a proper full-on Scouse teacher.
Could be interesting, I guess.
When you're creating music then, so like, so what kind of, do you have, so I just said this in another video that I'm putting out about how most artists have their own sort of signature, like almost like a signature scent. They know you've got the same kind of, you just know it's them as you're listening to it. You're like, oh, that's, do you have that kind of signature, or are you quite experimental?
I'm hoping it's coming. That's the thing. I'm hoping it's definitely shaping, and you can sort of listen to some of the stuff that I've done. I mean, I haven't put a track out for about 12 months now, which hopefully is going to be rectified very soon. So yeah, hopefully that kind of like the whole your sound kind of thing is hopefully starting to get there now. But I do try and be quite experimental. Like, I mean, I'll always try and go into making a track with an idea of what I want it to be, and then it ends up being something completely different. It's always the case. You'll find a sample, or you'll find a sound, and something will take it in a completely different direction, you know. But yeah, just fun, have fun. You know,
I think that's the thing, isn't it? Because like in this day and age, there's such a seriousness around everything that we do. Obviously, like, as people know, like my story was a week ago, I had a fully stable job, and I was like, just took this absolute gamble on my life basically, and was like, I'm just gonna do it. I'm just gonna go do what I want to do. When you did your own endeavors, your own ventures, did you have to do the same? Did you have a stable job and then just go, nah, I'm going to do my own thing, or was it a transition?
I mean, with going sort of self-employed, I mean, I've been doing that 12 months now. I mean, it came from sort of different reasons. Like, my partner got a new job, we had a new baby, she's 2 now, and it was kind of like, it was something I wanted to do, and I was like, I will do it one day. And then, you know, you kind of go, actually, at what point is that one day going to be as well? And then, everything sort of just fell into place. Luckily for me, I mean, I was very lucky that I had the sort of support network in place to be able to sort of take that on. And then the music thing had kind of gone out the window for a couple of years because I was setting up a business, and obviously my daughter was on. So it wasn't like it was an issue. It was just, it became other priorities, you know. And then you kind of ask the world for things, and I'd said to myself, like, 2026 I was going to start getting back into it, really. And then I applied for the Sonic Boom thing, and funnily enough, I got an email on New Year's Day saying I've been accepted, and I was like, wow,
no way.
There you go. Manifestation happens.
Absolutely. Do you believe in manifestation then?
I do now.
No, I mean,
I've always been a firm believer in kind of like, you kind of make your own luck. You know, getting involved in things. I mean, especially now, you've got so much access to people and things, and, you know, just be brave and go and talk to people. You know, you can't sort of underestimate the power of just communicating with people, because, you know, don't be scared of it. People are people. They will talk to you.
Yeah.
you can get advice and you can get help, and
I had this situation with Derby Expo that did a couple of weeks
yeah.
ago, where I was sat in my car, and I did a video for my LinkedIn about it, where I was sat in my car and I'm watching all these, like, you can tell they're very put together individuals. They've got a nice fancy car. They've got a very, very high profile looking person, probably has a 6-7 figure salary. And I'm walking past, and that self-doubt just clicked me for just a second. I was like, I'm not good enough to be here. And you just hit the nail on the head, because really we are people. We're all people. Nobody's better than anyone else just because someone has a title, a qualification, or a 6-figure salary, you know. So if you've got somebody that might, you know, they might be listening to this, like, what would you say to somebody that's like, I'm not good enough to pursue my own dreams?
You are. You know, your dreams are your dreams, and you know, it's like you just said, everyone's on their own journey. The problem is with social media now is you sit and you look, you scroll through everyone's highlights every single day, don't you? And you go, oh, that's how it is for everybody. And it's like no one shows you the bad points. You know, there's up days and down days, and you know, to say you sit and sort of compare yourself, and I'm guilty of it too. We all do it, you know, and you always compare yourself to somebody else, but you know, everyone's story is different.
Yeah.
And, you know, your time is when your time is. It will happen, I guess, you know. I mean, we're all waiting for it, aren't we? But it'll happen, you know.
Yeah. We are all waiting for it. That's the thing, because I do it. I see other people that do the same job as me, and they're getting client after client after client. And I'm like, when is it my time to do this? But I think we're all kind of guilty of running away with ideas and wanting it to happen yesterday instead of just trusting the process. Do you find that, like, when you're creating music, do you find that you become very critical of your own work, or do you go, no, I like this, I'm going to go with it? Or do you go, God, that sounds awful? Like, do you know what I mean?
Yeah. Oh, no, very much. Like, everyone's their own worst critic, aren't they? And their worst enemy. Because you literally, I mean, when I started making music, it was sort of like COVID. And I was like, what? So I, you know, a lot of time on my hands, and I was like, right, this is where I'm going to teach myself to produce. And I listen back to some of the tracks I made then, and I think, oh my God, like, you know. But equally, it's funny as well. I listen back sometimes and I think there's a lot of good in there as well that
exactly.
I've almost taught myself out of, which is kind of interesting in trying to pursue like the perfect production or the way it's put together. There's a lot of musical things in there that I think I need to bring back into the stuff I'm making now, which is quite interesting. There's a lot of freedom there that's kind of been lost, been trying to chase the perfection, I guess.
I think we're all guilty of that.
Yeah. So, yeah, like you say, trust the process. You know, it sounds laborious. It takes a long time, but yeah, it's there for a reason.
It does, and that's the thing. I think for the most part, for all of us, isn't it? Like, you get these ideas in your head. I mean, I can contest. I have about 25 tabs open in my brain at the minute of different ideas I could possibly do, and you know, and I find it. I like relatable people that have been through a journey. So I post the good and the bad, and because I think that it's valid and it shows people that they're human. So I see what you mean, especially with like LinkedIn. You go on it and it's basically a gloating paradise, isn't it? Like, everyone's like, what I'm doing. And it does trigger a lot of self-doubt. So I have to do, like, I'll do like my little thank you post from the days that, you know, we all kind of go out and stuff. But like, when you sit there and you go, look at this guy, he's got like 2 million followers. Look at this guy, like, he's got all this 7-figure salary, whatever. And you sit there and you go, oh no, I'm not going to ever be like that. I can't break the algorithm. I cannot get out the 200 views club on TikTok, for a prime example, but I know now why that is. And, you know, and so when it clicks and you remain consistent with your goals, they do have to happen, but it's normal to feel that self-doubt, isn't it? Like,
oh yeah, definitely. Like you say, the worst thing you can kind of do is chase something somebody's already doing, because it's been done, and it will have its a moment, I guess. And then if you stay true to what you want to do and where you want to take things, then when people sort of land upon it, then it's fresh, it's new, and it's original. I guess it's more original in that sense.
Yeah. And what do you think of people that are creating music? This is going to be this buzz question now. That integrate AI into their music.
I mean, AI is a big thing in both my jobs, really. It's, I get it all the time now. It's, well, AI could do this and AI could do that. And it's, I get it. AI has its place. It's not going anywhere. It's here. And, it can do amazing things, and it will get better, But I think it's ruining the fun.
Yeah.
I think AI should have been invented for doing all the dull, boring admin things, all the
things we don't want to do.
Leave that space for people to have fun. That's what life's about, right?
Exactly.
Yeah.
The reason I ask is because there is a lot of controversy at the moment. Every artist that I interview, I always ask about their theories, their thoughts on AI. As someone that has done vocals, I do find it really disheartening when you're putting your voice out to the world. It's vulnerable, it's raw, it's allowing yourself to, you could listen to my voice and go, you're terrible, but then another artist might be like, oh, there's potential here, I could use this. And so it's easier nowadays for you to go on Suno or an artist's sort of AI vocals on like these doors and stuff like that. Get yourself an AI vocalist that can hit the Mariah Carey vocals that other people typically can't hit. And I find it disheartening. So when you've got people that are going viral online, because there's loads of artists coming out about it saying like, oh, these people are AI these people like go on Suno, create me a drum and bass track based on X, Y, and Z, and then boom, they've got a track. How do you feel about that? So like if someone did that with the same genre of music as you and then went viral, would you feel disheartened?
Probably. I mean, it's that argument again is, I mean, DJing, I guess, has always had things with technology and everything. And, if you had it, would you use it kind of thing? But I mean, I'm with you. I mean, I feel for vocalists, especially because, that is raw talent. You can teach it to an extent, but you're kind of born with a voice, I think, if you can sing. I can't. That's why I produce. I can't sing. But I think that is a really rough grey area that needs to be really kept on top of, because that could get out of hand really badly. And it's scary, especially for people who make a living from it.
Yeah, and it's easier these days to just, like I say, click on a voice that sounds like the sound I want, boom, write the lyrics, job's done. And it breaks my heart, because like I know someone that does use an AI vocal, and I had one of their tracks on in my car and I tried to hit the notes that was in that track, and I was like, I couldn't get it. Like I was struggling so much to get that. And I think that's the thing, isn't it? If it's easier, you say it's got to be reined in a little bit, I think, because I think people are going to go, well, what's the point in me being a vocalist when it's easier to just get one for free off an app? And I just find that really, really sad.
Yeah. I mean, for me, it goes the other way. I mean, I use samples, don't get me wrong. And especially sort of house music, sample vocals are great. You chop them up and, they're readily available. They're royalty free, I suppose, if you pay for the right software. And
exactly.
But then that covers for people who have been paid to do it, and which is, what
it's still a real voice.
Yeah. But I mean, there's something that's really lost, I guess, in that. If you're working with a vocalist, then it's not just the vocal you're getting, you know, there's the collaboration there as well, you know, different point of view, thought process. And yeah, I think
I
there's a
like
lot,
that. Yeah.
there's a lot
That's,
more there than just the sound of a voice, I guess, you know.
yeah, and that's something that people don't typically talk about, because you've got people that are, like I said, collaborated. It's like in business, isn't it? You collaborate with someone. I go to these marketing events, and I used to go to these networking events 10 years ago, and I used to have this I'm up against these people attitude. But I've noticed that as we have kind of progressed in life, it changes, doesn't it? The mindset changes. There are still people that are very competitive, and especially, like, obviously, as a woman in business, it's very hard for me to kind of get out there a little bit more when you're up against women that don't want the best for you. Do you find that as a man working your way through networking and businesses, do you find that you become, oh, I don't like your vibe, you're given a competitive vibe? Does that make sense?
Yeah, I get that a lot. Networking.
Actually, is it a man thing, do you think, or is it just?
I don't know if I'm trying to think off the top of my head. It generally is men. When, to be fair, it probably is more than anything. It's kind of the thing that puts me off on a network is people that go in with like a hard sell straight away from the off. It's kind of like my idea is you kind of go in and you want to make connections with people. People work with people. You know, the more people you get on with, I think it just makes a better atmosphere, a better working environment with people. But yeah, you get people who literally will walk around with business cards and just shove them in your face and go, yeah, I sell this, buy. And you're kind of like, well,
you want to know the person behind the name. Like,
people do buy from people. And, you know, I mean, I deal with branding myself, and I think it's more important than ever now, because competition in like industries now is so fierce. It's kind of, you know,
I know.
I work with people. I know that I could probably get what they provide cheaper, I guess.
Yeah.
But you know them, you know there's a comeback to it if something's wrong, or it's all trust. It really is. And you build that through making relationships with people.
Of course you do. And that's the thing, like, I can say exactly the same thing. Like, I could potentially go and do a marketing package myself, because I've got a camera, which I've actually take off charge, actually, come to think of it. You know, I've got this, you could just about see it. There we go. I've got this bad boy, and honestly, it's been the best investment for me. However, it's very hard for me to film myself walking down the street trying to talk about, because I need to, someone needs to hold the bloody camera, you know. And that's the thing. But you get to know people by their rapport. I wouldn't just go to a random stranger and go, hi, you do this, can you film me? You know, like, you'd rather have somebody that knows what they're doing, but you've also built that relationship with them. And I think it's these days, it's too easy. I see it, I qualified as a life coach. Now all I see is life coaches everywhere. And I'm like, I'm sure the algorithm does it on purpose to do my head in, because that's when the self-doubt creeps in. Well, they're doing better than me. But I don't know them. And a lot of the time people use generic marketing. That doesn't work. You know, if I don't like those strategy calls. I fell victim to it myself, where, and it's like I say, I'm not here to kind of go, I don't think you're right. But I've done these strategy calls before, but they're a hard sell. And then they're like, you feel backed into a corner and go, okay, I'll give you my money. And then it ends up being the worst experience, because you didn't build that rapport, because they're going, I can help you, bam, 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 bam. And you're like, whoa, 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 whoa. Whereas I think,
and you ended up paying for it as well. It's just like, I've been paid to be bullied. Just like,
I fell victim to it so many times. I used to be what's called a massive people pleaser. So I would, you know, even if I knew it was wrong, I would still go ahead with it anyway to kind of not upset that person. And that's how people effectively get scammed. So
no, I get you.
What makes you different? Like, what would you say? So if someone said, I've got all these people in a row and you all do the same job, what makes you stand out to everyone else?
I think it's all about branding here. my angle from a branding agency is kind of like you don't just get a designer, you get me. That's my angle. The way I think about design is it's more of a tool than just an aesthetic, really. I think it's got to make sense. Like, I have a background in like conceptual art, so as well as design, obviously. But so yeah, I think it's important that every little detail matters.
Yeah.
Because anyone can have a really good looking logo, which is fine. But I think my analogy is I liken it to the front cover of a book. So, which is great. But if there's no story in the book, then, you know, you're not going to read past the front cover, are you?
What is this?
But, yeah. And I think, you can have the best logo in the world, and that's fab. But it is literally that cherry on the top. And especially now in this sort of social media age, it's kind of, people want to know your story. They want to know who you are and why you're interested. The word is why. I had this conversation with somebody the other day, and your why is what's important now.
Yeah, that makes sense, actually, because I got some advice from a show that I did a few weeks ago, and they said, you're the brand.
Yeah.
It doesn't have to be, he's like, you don't have to be Gwyneth Paltrow. You don't have to be the most drop dead gorgeous person in the world, although that does sometimes help, I guess. But it's like, your personality is what draws people in. And I think that is, even as a coach, like, how am I different from everybody else? The difference is I say it how it is, and I want to help people by saying it how it is, because it's actually been something that people have tried to squash out with me for many years, when it's one of my biggest talents, actually. Just to kind of go, I'd never go up to someone and go, you're a knob. Do you know what I mean? Like, it doesn't, not like that. But like saying, oh, well, you know what, someone, if you've not been very polite or whatever, I would say, you're not being very polite. Like, can we discuss this and negotiate, And I think that's kind of the toughest part, isn't it? These days, it's so easy to put on a fake persona. And people fall for it, hook, line and sinker. And then later on, it will bite them in the ass, because something will happen. You see it with celebrities. They get like a controversial kind of thing happen, and people go, oh my God, didn't know they were like that. Well, no, because you don't know them.
Yeah.
So,
I mean, we're going back to it now, but I get it quite a lot, is people try and remove themselves as the personal brand from the brand. They go, oh no, that's my business. And then, but you've nailed it. It's like, you are your business now.
Yeah.
People want to know who you are, because
and I think the old school generations would still argue that and say, no, you don't mix work and home life. You don't, I mean, and to a degree I still believe in that, but I think you need to amplify your personality into your business, because if you don't, you're just a generic number. You're no more than an AI robot that sat there. No offense, AI, don't hurt me. Like, you're sat there with, someone comes and interviews you, and you're sat there and you're like, yes, hi, I'm a life coach. Wonderful. This is what I do. And they go, but we're not getting anything from you. There's no personality shining through here. Like, what is this? This is boring. You need to be able to sell yourself, but in an authentic way, not a fake way as well.
And I think that's more important in music as well. Is, I think, what you are selling people, other than your music, is your personal brand. There's a thing, and I really buy into the idea, is you've got to create the world you put your music into.
I like that.
Yeah, because that's what you're going to sell your fan base, I guess. They want to come into that world in which you place your music, and that's where it lives and exists. And
and it does, doesn't it? Because like I say, different artists that I listen to, I don't even have to see who is playing on my radio or whatever, because I already know who it is based off their sound. And it's straight away I'm like, I know who that is. Like, and I just find that really cool, though. Even like the likes of Ed Sheeran, I know it's completely different genre change here, but it's Ed Sheeran before he even opens his mouth, because he's got the same. James Blunt was another one. Like, He's the most like, he had like this, the most signature sound, didn't it? Everyone knew it was James Blunt, like before he even opened his mouth.
You talk about branding, that guy's a genius. Like the stuff he does now, he's literally just taking the piss out of himself.
I know.
And it's become his brand. It's genius. He's kind of bought into the fact that everyone thought he was a bit of a joke, I guess. But
He's
you know,
like
he's
his
actually
own
one of the
meme.
most successful musicians ever. His album sales are ridiculous.
Really?
But yeah, like he just tapped into that and said, well, I can, you know, amplify that. I can laugh at myself. It's fine. And it's become his whole brand and his whole marketing.
I find that fascinating. I
Yeah.
really do, because he another one I'm thinking of, his name's James Buckley. He was in the In-Betweeners.
Yes.
He's made a whole marketing lifestyle out of the In-Betweeners, and I'm like, fair play, mate.
Yeah, just lived off it. Fair play.
Yeah. And it's still, he's still very relevant, isn't he? Like it's still there, you know. My daughter's 16 and she's now watching the In-Betweeners, and I was her age when I was watching it. And I think things like that, it just lasts forever, doesn't it?
I think it's always relevant. Everyone can sort of put themselves in that situation, I guess. It's just life. And I think the best sort of comedies, the best sort of films and TV shows do that. That's why they sort of live forever. It's just a story there that everyone can sort of connect with. I think that's the main thing.
I would say personally that us British have got the best comedy, and I'll have people arguing with me over that. But honestly,
I'm with you. I think
it's
British
comedy. It's like when America did a rendition of Shameless. I watched US set Shameless. I was so mad. I got, I'm sorry, US, but no, what the hell did you do? Like, and they did it. Do you remember they did a US In-Betweeners?
Yeah, I've seen snippets and I couldn't. No.
Like it just, I think that's just British culture, isn't it? Like we're so possessive of what's ours, and it's like, what's that, mate? Like crazy. But yeah. So what's next for you? Like what's coming up for you next?
So hopefully I'm hopefully going to finish it today. I'm putting the last tweaks on a new track.
Nice.
So that'll be looking to sort of get that set to go and release and start building a little campaign to try and get that one out there. And I mean, I think it's all right to say now, but I used to have a little radio show a couple of years ago, which I packed in because it became too much, unfortunately. But I'm hoping to reignite that one as well, which is nice.
Do it.
So yeah, I've been chatting with the guys, which is really, really great, and hopefully we'll be able to get that one going again soon.
That's awesome.
It's great. It was just like an hour mix called the Set Selection, so hopefully it'll be back soon.
That's really cool.
And then little gigs here and there hopefully are coming up soon. And yeah, I think I'm playing in Burton next week. They've got like a vegan food festival, festival in Burton Marketplace. I think I'm doing an hour there, which is nice.
That's awesome.
Yeah, and there's loads of little bits just building up towards Sonic Boom, I hope, and then hopefully be involved in that in some way. And it's going to be great. It's going to be they've announced the main stage already, and it's amazing. They seem to just outdo themselves every year, which is great. Yeah. Sorry?
Who's playing this year?
Oh my God.
Shall I look it up?
Yeah, get the lineup. I mean,
let's get the lineup. That's awesome. Well, to be fair though, it's one that I've personally always wanted to go to, but I've never had chance. But I've oh, here we go.
The main stage is free, so
I know. Okay, so we've got Pale Waves, the Lilacs, the League of Rebels. I don't know what that says. Is it Vono Vela? I don't know. Tarian, the Missing Diamonds.
Yeah.
We've got that's like the first proper lineup. That's really cool though.
That's the main stage lineup, yeah. So I think it starts from midday and it runs about 8 o'clock, which is nice. But yeah, I think the angle they have is most headliners sort of finish, which is what Pale Waves will be as the headliner. So they'll probably usually finish about 10 o'clock at a festival, but with Sonic Boom, I think they finish at 8.
Yeah.
And then we have what they call the aftershock events, which is when like they have different locations around the town, and that kind of kicks off, and then they run to sort of early hours of the following morning, which is really cool.
I think a lot of the things as well that need to kind of be spoken about is that Burton-on-Trent, I mean, I'm literally on the border. Like we have this I love Burton, and well, not all the time. I can't tolerate the driving in Burton. If you don't like driving,
don't drive in Burton. No.
Don't go to Burton. But like as someone that kind of moved here 5 years ago, and you see how much the music industry is feeding back into Burton, the nightlife's coming back as well. Like Nathan Dawes done a lot behind that as well, as he with Isabel. I think it's so cool. But one thing I have just looked at is that Sonic Boom is a CIC. It is. And if people don't know what that is, it's a community interest company. So the whole principle is about funding. That's why it's free. So it's
not for profit.
Yeah.
And pump it all back in. Yeah.
That's my background. So like for me to see that there is a festival that is free for everybody to go and enjoy it, and it's been funded, like why would you not go and support that? Because that's incredible.
It's amazing.
Like, so if you can get to Sonic Boom Festival, please go. Like it will be incredible. I'm going because why would I not want to go to that? Like
exactly.
Go and have a little dance in Burton Town Centre. Why not?
I mean, to have the main stage free, and then I think the wristbands you can get. I don't think that they cost the earth. I couldn't tell you the price off the top of my head, but then you get access to all the aftershock events, which are going to be amazing by the sounds of it. They haven't released a lot of it yet. They're keeping it really under wrap this year, which is cool.
From a bass DJ, definitely.
You know there's going to be some really cool things happening, but they're literally like getting snippets out this year. It's really cool. So
I love that, but it's very frustrating for someone that's got no patience. When I met an artist back in March, and they told me when one of their tracks was coming out, and I had to keep it a secret for 6 months. Someone that's diagnosed with ADHD being asked to keep it secret, that was massive for me. Like I was like, I did it. I actually did it. But then as soon as they dropped it, I was like, I've known about this for 6 months. Like, But yeah, it is good. But yeah, if honestly, for anyone that's listening, and if you can get to Burton, it's on the 12th of September.
It is, yeah. One day. It's really cool.
Yes, 106 days. It's got a little countdown. And then just go and support them, because I say it's effectively, with it being a not-for-profit, like it's a community thing. And I think that if we're not supporting these things, they're just going to go, and it'll be a shame.
Yeah, and they're in year 3, so it's building, and fair play to them. They've done a lot of great stuff.
Absolutely.
And it's getting bigger and bigger. And, I'm involved in it because I've been taken on as one of they've started a pilot scheme called the Spark Academy, where they mentor 4 artists, and I was lucky enough to get picked, which was really cool.
Wow. Oh, well done.
So, yeah, it's cool. Like they've just kind of been a year-round thing now. They're building it out, which is really cool. So, yeah, if you can support it, go and support it.
Absolutely. Oh, it's been amazing to talk to you today, Matt. Thank you.
You're very welcome. Thank you for having me. Yeah.
And all the best of absolutely all your endeavours. And we'll probably see you at Sonic Boom, obviously.
Hopefully. Fingers crossed.
Yeah, and good luck with all the music endeavours as well. Obviously, guys, when you listen to this, go and give Matt. Have you got like an Instagram or music page?
Yeah. So my Instagram is Matt Kel _ find me on all the streaming platforms, just Matt Kel, Kel. Just check me out.
Yeah, I love it. I'll put
let me know what you think.
What was that? Sorry.
Have a listen and let me know what you think.
Yeah, I'll put all your socials in the description box anyway.
Fantastic.
But honestly, you've been an absolute star. Thank you so much.
You're very welcome. Thank you.
Thank you so much for listening, guys. You can find my podcast every Tuesday and Thursday, and don't forget to follow me on all social media platforms. See you next time.